fine, Mother. Whatever you decide to do with the apartment is fine. Because I am never, ever setting foot in it. Ever.
Oh,
well,
come on. Now,
that's the best news I've heard all day. Is that a promise?
It is!
Good. Then I'm moving up there right now.
Mona, there's no heat. There's no electricity. There's nothing. You know, I thought Brooklyn was loud.
Hello. Welcome back to...
Oh, hey.
The Who's the Boss podcast. That was pretty good.
That's all right?
We have exciting news.
We got a voicemail.
Yay! Yes.
Yep.
We have gotten our very first voice message. Now, we're going to play it here in a second, but I just want to say that on subsequent episodes of this podcast, you're still going to hear us crying that we have no voice messages.
I was crying.
But we are lying because we've now gone back in and we're putting in the voicemail that we have received.
Yes.
For Paint Your Wagon.
See, this is why you should leave us a voicemail.
Okay, so here's Jamie's voice message.
Hey, so this is Jamie Whitesell. I post on all those Who's the Boss Instagram and Facebook pages as jwhitesell82. But one, I just want to tell you guys that I really look forward to your Monday and Thursday drops. You're a lot of fun to listen to. I mean, obviously, you're really comfortable with each other, and I think that gives you a unique dynamic for a podcast. I think, like, as married people, you guys being willing and able to work together on a project, you know, it's in a lighthearted, respectful way that's where you're also able to disagree and everything. I don't think it's super common. And I also think that because one of you is more familiar with the show than the other, the audience gets both the perspective of somebody who's a veteran and also a fresh look at it. And I think it's really unique, and you guys do a great job. Also, I wanted to weigh in on that moment on Paint Your Wagon, where Tony fakes out Angela with the basketball, and Mona and Angela toss it back and forth. And you guys were talking about whether you thought that was scripted or not. And I just want to say my opinion on this thing. That part cracks me up so much every time. And I actually think it was scripted because, it wasn't just like a playful toss he gave to Angela. It was like a playful power move, like a gotcha, where he fakes her out pretending he's gonna throw it really hard or unexpectedly or something. But it's just also more of a buddy move, you know? It's like he just rubbed it in at exactly the wrong time when Mrs. Wilmington was there and everything, like the Rosemary's Baby reference. But it's like a step further where he wasn't just like equal to her, but like pulling ahead. And so I think Angela and Mona were just like trying to downplay how unconventional and familiar that whole exchange was by pretending that was just like normal and expected with them. That's what like, wee, you know, it was so ridiculous. But mostly I think it's scripted because it is so out of character for either woman. Mona's like painfully demure, in your face. I mean, it was just so forced. I mean, I just laugh every time. Oh, and I just want to tell you guys, I love how you guys like just like spend the whole time giving your like honest opinion and like saying your honest opinion about the things that are on the show, whether they're weird or they're funny or like the crazy decor in the garage and like the coat rack above the fridge or the weird outfits or the tall sweatpants. And I mean, I don't just that thick shoulder pads. I mean, I love it. I love it. Just your honest opinions about things, how you take them and feel about them. And I think it's really cool, and it's very fitting for the show and their comfortable like relationship with each other. It's like this comfortable, safe space where you guys can just like, you know, just tell the truth about like how silly things are sometimes on there. And anyway, I love it. I love the way you guys are doing this, and it's just a lot of fun to listen to. So thanks a bunch. Okay, bye.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
Yeah.
That was very exciting to get our first voice message, and we really appreciate all the nice things.
Yeah, it's nice to hear someone else's perspective.
Yeah, that's interesting what you're saying about how he's not only sort of showing how familiar with he is with her, but also sort of like a little one-up, like he's running things around there.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the nice things that you said, because this is the first time we've ever done this, so I'm really happy to hear that people are actually enjoying this.
Right. We've been doing this for a while with zero feedback, so we don't know.
That's not totally true.
No,
like,
I know.
I get stuff on the Instagram
That's
comments
true.
And stuff are always
That's true.
very nice. So, and I've gotten a couple of messages on Instagram, and I appreciate every single one of them.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, so we're not done. Now, more exciting news, we have a little bit of Who's the Boss news. I'm going to giggle every time we play that intro. I don't know that anyone else is going to find it amusing, but I do. Okay, so recently Entertainment Tonight interviewed Judith Light about the TV show Manhunt that's being broadcast on CBS. And while he was interviewing her, he asked about the Who's the Boss reboot. So let me know what you think about her response.
I know that Who's the Boss is in the works of being remade with Tony and Alyssa. Is there any chance you make an appearance on there?
I don't know. We'll just see how things unfold, but I am really supportive of them and of the show.
Judith says she has other projects lined up, but we're crossing our fingers for an Angela and Tony reunion.
You know, it was a huge portion of my life, and, you know, I love it, and I love them, so.
See, that's interesting. She didn't necessarily say anything like, well, they haven't contacted me, so...
Oh, yeah. No,
do you know what I mean? So maybe she's going to be on as a surprise, and they're trying to keep it that way.
Yeah.
You know, because she couldn't commit probably to a whole show like season. Tony Danza and Alyssa Milano can right now. But who's to say, you know? She's probably going to be on.
I hope so. Which
would be cool.
Even if she is like a secondary character that comes in and out, sort of like Mona did on the original run, but as long as they don't have any kind of like dumb breaking Tony and Angela up like they did with Mulder and Scully for the reboot, like just have her be somewhere.
or kill her off immediately.
No.
You know, start up the show.
Don't do that. No, there'd be revolt.
That would be terrible.
So I'm not super excited about her answer, but I honestly think that it just has to do with her schedule. I mean, she has so many things lined up. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Today we are discussing Season 1, Episode 14. The title is Guess Who's Coming Forever? Oh, shoot.
What?
I'm Tori.
Oh, and I'm Kevin.
Yes, every time.
I know.
So the title is Guess Who's Coming Forever? Mm-hmm. This episode originally aired on January 29th, 1985. And the TV Guide summary is, when Mona is evicted, Tony suggests that she move into the loft over the garage. But the arrangement is a little too cozy for Angela. I don't feel like it really encapsulates what this episode is about, but that's okay.
It's a little too close for comfort for Angela.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't really call out the fact that they fight pretty much the entire episode.
Right.
But at the beginning of this episode, we meet Grover.
Yeah, Grover.
There he is, Grover. He won't be with us long, but he'll be in our hearts forever. Tony's cleaning the kitchen floor. Jonathan runs through the house. Samantha runs through the house. And then Grover runs through the house and messes everybody. I mean, they don't really mess up his floor, but he acts like they're messing up his floor.
Yeah, I mean, it's all set. Yeah. Whatever.
And you can see through the door as they're coming in that the backdrop for the fence in the backyard is just flapping.
Yeah, the whole thing.
So apparently, Danny Pintauro, Alyssa Milano, and the dog really caused like a breeze.
Yeah,
when they were running through.
And I was trying to figure out what Tony's humming in the beginning, and it just must be nothing, like nonsense.
Oh.
I rewound it a couple times, and it doesn't, because sometimes he hums actual songs.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I know it's groundbreaking, but he's humming while he's mopping the floor.
And he does like one little last mop that's not even like in a corner. Like, did he ever even complete the floor behind him?
I don't know, but where's the table?
He moved it out so he could mop the floor.
I know it's in the backyard because it's not in the living room.
Oh, you're right. It's not in the living room. Maybe it was in the backyard.
I guess you moved all the furniture when you mopped.
Yeah. Well, if you're Tony Micelli, you do. You don't
I guess so. Anyway.
So Mona announces that she got a dog, and of course Angela isn't comfortable with dogs. So
I know.
She comes into the kitchen saying that the children are being attacked by a large dog. And by attacked, they're being licked and kissed, and they're playing with them. So the dog loves everyone except for Angela. And Mona explains that she had to take this dog because one of her neighbors was going to be evicted if he kept it.
Right.
And the kids decide that they're going to go... Okay, so Jonathan wants to go over to Richard Welling's house now that they have this dog. And Samantha's like, aren't you afraid of him? And he says, not anymore, because they have this giant
large dog.
Right. And so Richard Welling, the first time we hear of him is in Angela's first fight. That's the kid that they get into a fight with when Samantha comes home with the bloody nose and Jonathan has a little cut on his elbow. And that's not the last time we're going to hear of Richard Welling either. So it's pretty good continuity there.
Yeah, Richard Welling sticks around.
Yeah, so the kids run down to Richard Welling's house. They're not gone long. And that's when Mona basically says that she is going to need a place to stay. And you can see underneath the door in this scene, when the kids leave, if you look under the door in the wide shot, you can still see the feet of the actors back at the door ready to come back in for their next line, which is cute, especially the dog. I feel like he's casting a large shadow.
I know, he's big.
So they come back in, and Jonathan's like, what are all the suitcases outside? So Mona's staying there. Tony is super excited that Mona is going to be staying at the house. Because I guess for him, like, family stays with family. You live in a house with more, multiple generations. And Angela and Mona are not as comfortable with that at all.
Right.
So Angela, I guess, is helping Mona try to find a place for her to live. So it seems like it's the next day. Tony's preparing dog food for the dog.
Yeah.
Which looks like a bowl of Kix cereal.
Yeah, it's clearly cereal.
Yes, which is good because Angela walks in and just immediately takes a piece of the cereal and starts eating it. And she's complaining about how she can't help, she's not finding any apartments.
Yes.
Now my question is, even if this wasn't dog food in the bowl, maybe Tony was just making himself a bowl of cereal. Why is she just walking in and immediately eating somebody else's bowl of food?
I don't know, she doesn't know any better.
She did that in another one, too, with the salad that Tony was making.
Just eating things.
Yeah. So she takes a bite of the food, and she's like, oh, this is good. He's like, yeah, and you'll have a really nice shiny coat.
Give you a shiny coat and prevent dog breath. Or something.
And so she spits it out. And I noticed in this scene, so we've called out that Tony's been wearing the same outfit in a couple of scenes. But in this scene, she's wearing a pair of brown pants that I feel like we've seen at least 4 other times.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting that I guess it's her casual clothes, which appear to be a pair of thick corduroy brown pants with an enormous belt. Those are her comfortable, casual Friday. So I guess maybe they're recycling some of those, or maybe she just really liked that pair of pants. But they're kind of like the pants that she wears around the house. So around this time, Mona comes in. She's super excited because she has found a condo to buy.
Yes.
But that condo is 60 miles away in a town called New London.
Yep, New London.
Where there's nothing but a naval base. But that doesn't bother Mona one bit.
Mona is intrigued by the naval base.
She's going to work her way.
It's a plus
to
Mona. We'll work her way through the naval base.
Now, when I was in college at UCF, there was a naval base nearby. And my roommate at the time, I was a freshman, she was a senior. She used to drag me to these country bars with her. And it was nothing but Navy guys. And that's what I remembered when I heard that.
Yes.
She also loved it. I wasn't as much of a fan.
The Navy guys?
The Navy guys at the country bar, not really my scene. But anyway, I was a freshman. I didn't know any better. So again, Tony's like, no, why are you moving that far away? Like, I have a great idea. Why don't you just move into the garage apartment? And at first, Angela's really against the idea. So is Mona, but he says that he has a couple of guys that he knows that would be able to do the work. And it's much closer than New London. It wouldn't really be under the same roof. She would have a private space. So Angela's like, I was kind of hoping to do something with that space at some point. So maybe this is a good idea.
Why is, at one point, she says one thing's too far. Or, the New London's too far,
right?
And the garage apartment's too close. So is it Tony that asked what's a good distance?
No, Mona asked.
Or Mona, and then she says 8 miles. What does that mean?
I don't know. I guess that's the appropriate.
I thought that was significant.
No, I don't think so.
8 miles. Well, that's not that far.
Yeah, but I guess that's
not close.
Like a 20-minute drive at least. So your mom can't necessarily just pop over.
In LA, that's a 20-minute drive.
Yeah, that's true. There could be an 8-minute drive. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like close enough, but not living with you.
Okay.
Maybe she lived 8 miles away. That's how long she...
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's how far she lived, already in her old apartment.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that either. So now Tony's going to introduce these construction workers that he knows, and it's Batallas and Sons. No, Batallas and Son.
Well, that's up for debate.
Right. So the credits for these two gentlemen, the last name is Bergozzi. I'm pretty sure that spelling does not turn into Batallas. So I don't know how, and even in the credits, it's on IMDb that way, and even in the credits that run on the show, it says Bergozzi, but he clearly is saying Batallas like 3 times in the show. So we're going to call them the Batallas.
Yeah, I think it's safe.
So before they even show up, Mona and Angela are already fighting because Mona now is like, okay, well, I was going to put this money down on a condo, and now I can put it down on this instead and really make a nice place. And Angela's like, no, it's my house, so I'll pay for it, and then you can rent it from me. So...
But then Tony once again works out. Or did he already work out the agreement?
No, this is where he does. So he works out the compromise where like Mona can do design and finishing touches, and Angela would do like construction, like the basic stuff. Next scene is Mona and Angela, and again they're arguing. So...
Well, they're looking at the brochures and...
Yeah, well, Mona has picked out a bathtub that's $3,500.
Right. And it only fits 2 people.
And has bizarre. 8 jets. And that's what part of what Angela is paying for. So she's like, I just really want to get estimates on this stuff before we really like lock in anything here. And they're going through a catalog where Mona apparently wants some sort of dirty faucet.
Yeah, apparently they're penis faucets or something. I don't know.
Now,
Vagina faucets.
You know
what
how
are they?
I'm dedicated to this research on the podcast. So I went to Google and I actually typed in sexual faucet to see what I could find.
And you found something.
I didn't. I did find one penis-shaped faucet. But it clearly has to be a joke. But yeah, like...
I don't understand.
I don't either. Like, what could it be? Is it is it a penis? Or is it like a Georgia O'Keeffe flower? And penises. Then water comes out of the middle?
It's Mona. It's penises.
Yeah. So.
But I still don't know. You're going to entertain and have your penis faucet.
Now, hopefully that's like the bathroom faucet and not the kitchen faucet. Because...
I think...
I mean... Be as sexual as you want, but keep it out of the kitchen, I think. Yeah. I don't know if you want a giant penis just pouring water onto your vegetables as you scrub them.
That sounds awful.
So they just continue a fight. They don't agree about anything. So Tony comes in, and his construction worker friends are there getting started.
Right.
He asks if the Batallas, he says it, can come in and have a beer.
Right, because on their break... While they're working on the condo, they want to come have a beer. But it is the 80s, so...
But, you know, we've had some work done on the house here, especially some landscaping, and there has been beer drinking on breaks. We've seen it happen. So it's even happening... I'm sure it's not supposed to happen, but it's happening even these days. So
yeah, I'm not opposed to it, but it's still bizarre.
No, yeah. I mean, but I work in a place where you can drink.
But the fact that they want to come in and have a beer.
And Angela's like, well, I am paying them by the hour. He's like, it's fine. They'll drink real fast.
Yeah.
So now if you recognize Dad Batallas, it is because he is Pat Harrington Jr., who played Schneider on One Day at a Time. That's probably his largest credit that you would recognize him.
Oh.
Now, I did not recognize him. I had to go look it up, and I think it's because...
I recognize him, but I didn't.
Well, once I knew who it was, I did, but I think the mustache really made... Because Schneider had a mustache, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like he was taller than this guy, but... Yeah,
I don't know.
I think the mustache really made it.
I recognized him. I'm like, but it was one of those, this guy's in something. And he looked like Dean Martin. That's the only 2 things I could... So I'm like, did he play Dean Martin in something?
And he died in 2016 at the age of 86.
I actually remember that happening.
And now the son, Batallas, is Pat Harrington's actual son, Michael Harrington.
Interesting.
Yeah. He still does some acting. I looked him up. Nothing that he's like really known for, but it seemed like he was doing, some 80s and 90s TV around that time, so probably figured it was a good fit to be on this show with his dad. Immediately, Mona starts flirting with Mr. Batallas. He's excited that it's a mother-daughter duo. She's excited that it's a father-son duo.
Yeah, which is...
And he likes her faucet choice.
Yes, well...
So maybe it isn't a penis, then. Now maybe I'm back to the George O'Keeffe flower.
Yeah, we could break off and have a separate podcast about what kind of dirty faucets Mona got, but...
Yeah, but all Angela is concerned about is how much this bathroom's going to cost. So she asks him, and he's like, it depends on how many extras you want. Do you want electricity?
Yeah.
Do you want water? Yeah, these are not extras.
It's bathroom.
Yeah. And then he tells his son to make sure he's writing that down. You need to write down that you want electricity and water.
I know, but he's writing it down. It confused me. Why does everybody need to be writing it down?
The two of them were very smart.
And it's a tiny little notepad with he's taking an order at a diner.
Right. And the estimate is $2,200. And Tony is immediately like, hey, paisan.
$2,200? I thought it was $1,600.
This is the original estimate.
Oh, man, okay.
He says $2,200 for the bathroom, electricity, water,
hey, paisan.
And a door that opens. And Tony gets him down to $600. Yeah. But like $2,200 for a bathroom, I feel like that's way low even for the 80s. But maybe these guys are just getting paid under the table or something.
Well, they said upgrades, right? Is this?
But
maybe
the upgrades were electricity and water and a door.
That opened.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that was just the actual labor. It all seemed very cheap to me. I feel like it would cost you way more than that to get a bathroom redone. Anyway, Mona's like, oh great, we're saving this money. Now I can put in an 8-foot picture window. To which Angela says no.
I don't know what a picture window is.
I think it's just a
large window, I guess. Yeah, that's what I guessed that it was, but I never heard the term picture window.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not positive about that. I don't think it's a bay window, and it's not like a window with a seat necessarily. So
or a window with a picture jammed in it.
I think it's just a big window.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Angela said no, and that it would look right into her bedroom. Mm-hmm. And I love that Mona's like, what does it matter? Nothing happens in there. And that really sets Angela off. So they get into a big fight. The Batallas brothers suck down their beers and father and son suck down their beers and get out of there. He invites Mona up to watch him spackle if she's interested after.
Yeah, that's...
And they're really fighting. Like, Mona calls her a rigid, uptight stick in the mud. Angela calls her a self-centered, frivolous child. Uh-huh. And they're both hitting Tony. And so Mona's like, okay, that's fine. If you're not going to do the picture window, then I'm not moving in. And Angela's like, you know what, do whatever you want with this apartment because I'm never coming up there.
Right.
And then Mona's like, great, well, I'm going to move in right now. Even though there's no electricity or heat or water.
Or walls.
Or doors. Yeah.
Floors.
Now, I think we can expect that like a week has gone by.
Yeah, it's hard to tell in this episode, but yeah.
And Tony has snuck Mona back into the house so that she can take a shower because she doesn't have any electricity, heat, water, or a door that closes. And they think that Angela has left to go shopping, so I guess it's like a weekend day. But Angela surprises them and comes back just in time to catch Mona coming out of the show.
Right, because she forgot her credit cards.
So they're still fighting, and Tony really wants Angela to go talk to her and just like smooth this over. And Angela basically has a conversation with Tony where she says that what she's most upset about is that what her mom says is true, that she is really controlled and conservative.
She realizes she's controlling.
Yeah. And she wishes she could be more like her mom, but that's just really not who she is. And he just really wants her to take the first step to try to make amends. Young Batallas barges into the kitchen at this point.
Yeah, I love this scene.
And Angela is like, young man, this is my house.
Because she's already fired up.
Right.
So when he came in, she was pissed off, and she was like, this is my house. You don't barge in. Whatever she says.
So he's all apologetic.
And he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
And he leaves, outside. And then knocks and says, can I have a fire extinguisher?
Like it's a raging inferno outside, but she's yelling, and then he comes back in.
Yeah.
It's funny.
And Dad Battaglia shows up and is like, it's fine, no problem. And then he's like, get out there.
Yeah, it's silly.
So apparently there's some wiring issues, and they're going to have to rewire the apartment. The estimate for that is $1,500, to which Tony gets him to say $600. Yeah.
My paisan.
Right. We got a pattern there. Since Angela's not going to visit Mona, Tony does. So now he's trying to see if he can get Mona to talk to Angela and smooth things over. She's dressed head to toe like she's outside because there's no heat. It's January. She's making hot dogs with a blowtorch on screwdrivers.
Gross.
Cutting bread with a saw.
Yeah, that she found from the
That's just like laying on the and so the disgusting blowtorched hot dogs don't go over well, and not even Grover likes them. But I was thinking, like, is anyone concerned about Grover? Because when they walk in, he's just kind of laying there.
Yeah, he looks like he's dead.
Right. Then he eats the hot dogs and he's like moaning, but it's just they think it's funny. So Tony tells Mona that Angela still doesn't want to come talk to her. And Mona says that it's her fault that Angela is such a square. And we learn a little bit more of the backstory about when Angela's father died. So Angela was 14, and it seems as though, like, Mona probably got married young. Seemed like Angela's dad, obviously made the money. Mona stayed home, took care of the kids. He paid all the bills. He was the head of the household. And so she said that she was very protected and overprotected. So then when he was gone, she really didn't know what to do. And she probably was too depressed at the time to try to figure out what to do.
Right.
So Angela kind of took on that role.
Up.
Yeah, and she took over. So by 14, Angela was paying all the bills in the house, probably making sure her mom got up and ate and went to work if she had a job at that point.
Yeah.
So she's always had to kind of mother Mona. And Tony's like, well, don't feel so bad about it because, that's part of what made Angela so successful. Like, now she's running her own business, and I guess inadvertently that's also, due to Mona. So I think now you could say that about a month has gone by because...
Yeah, it had to have, yeah.
Yeah, when we left Mona, there was, no walls and nothing. And now...
And the door that had no hinges because it fell in.
So music is blaring. Angela comes into the kitchen. Again, Angela finds food on the table that probably is not for her and just starts eating it.
Immediately starts eating it.
Yeah. And she's trying to figure out...
You think she would have learned her lesson taking a handful of dog food and throwing it in her mouth.
Maybe she figured it looked too fancy. Like, this time it really was an animal food. And she was right. So,
still, you don't know what Tony's making that for.
Maybe Tony was having people over or something and she's just eating his food. So Tony comes in and says, oh, this stuff is for Mona's housewarming party. The music's going, like, come on, let's go, you're late. And Angela's saying, well, I wasn't invited. And Tony's like, oh, I'm sure it's fine, let's just go. And Angela's more concerned with the music, and she wants him to go tell Mona to turn the music down. That's where we get our next, I'm just a guest. You're the landlord. So if you wanted to turn the music down, you're the
landlady.
Is that what he said?
I think he says landlady.
Probably, yeah.
I think so.
So, yeah, what should we call that today? Land person?
No, I think landlord is still...
but lord is kind of a masculine term where it could be a woman.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, Anyway, so Angela does decide to go up there to tell Mona to turn the music down. Meanwhile, Mona's sitting there with pillows on her ears because she's not having a party and she didn't turn on the music. The music finally goes off, and they realize, well, if you didn't have the music on and I didn't have the music on, who did?
We know.
Yes, enter Tony. So Tony's just happy that he got them in the same place. And even though they're still fighting, he's like, just stop fighting and look around and look at how great this place looks.
Yes.
Because he said, what did he say, a stuffed shirt and a flake?
Yes, I think so. A stuffed shirt and a flake.
Like, you guys
he
don't...
insults them both,
right? Like, you guys compliment each other better than you think you do. So Tony leaves to let them hash it out, and they make up, and they do realize that, you know, they really do, their personalities complement each other, because she kind of makes Angela let loose a little bit, and she keeps Mona from going completely off the rails.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I tried really hard to look in the background as much as I could at this loft.
Oh my God, place is an 80s museum
yeah,
of furniture.
It really is.
I mean, it's like the epitome of...
I gotta keep my eyes open, though, now, because I don't remember if at some point we're going to see Tony move into this place, and I don't remember if they're going to still have the stairs. I'm going to keep my eyes open for that later on, because...
what do you mean he still have the stairs?
Because they show them, so this is an apartment that is above the garage, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they go up a set of stairs on the outside, open the door, you're on the first level of the apartment, and then the apartment has a loft on top of that, which I really wanted them to show us the loft, because I just feel like it was probably an animal print disaster, knowing Mona. Most notable in the living room, I would say, are the purple end table.
Oh, God, yeah, that's what I was going to say if you didn't.
And coffee table, which almost looks like Barbie furniture. Like, I feel like they make retro Barbie furniture that kind of looks like that today.
It does.
And it's very purple.
It is. And in the 80s.
Yes. I looked in the kitchen. Just your standard cabinets, and I see a faucet, and it doesn't look like a penis.
Okay. So mystery solved, because we don't see the bathroom.
Right, yes. So if there is some sort of sexual faucet, it is in the bathrooms. Yeah.
Because that's, I mean,
or
she got a bathtub that has 8 jets and fits 2 people.
So maybe the sexual faucet's on the bathtub.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's...
But everything else looked pretty standard.
It's another episode for another 80s. Time.
We didn't get to see the picture window, so I don't really know. Unless that's it
I think it's off to the right.
Okay, yeah.
That would be my guess as to where the picture window is.
And they've also incorporated some of the same stonework that's in Angela's house, which I wonder if that was already there, because it was a part of the probably existing.
Maybe.
You know.
I don't think those 2 boneheads would be able to put in that kind of fanciness. I mean, it's impressive what they got done.
Right.
Already.
So now Mona is actually living on the property from here on out, I believe. And so Tony shows back up. He's happy to know that they're not fighting, and he brings the kids in and the food, and they are going to have a little party. And the end. So it was nice that we got some backstory a little bit into Mona and Angela as to why.
Well, you missed the best part at the end.
I'm sorry.
Is the fact that Tony stole a $100 bottle of Dom and just put it up there for them to drink when she was saving it for a special romantic evening. And then, of course, after they make up, Mona still takes a dig that, like, she's like, well, I was saving for a special romantic evening, and she's like, that stuff eventually goes flat.
Aww.
Meaning she was never going to have that.
Angela.
But just the fact Tony was like doing what he can to get them together, and he just pulled a bottle of Dom. But it makes you wonder, with Tony being from Brooklyn, does he know what a bottle of Dom Perignon is worth? So he's just like, a bottle of wine, let me grab that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just me, like, thinking about that type of thing. So, anyway.
Yes, and of course Mona gets her digging. But, honestly, I feel like Angela's gotten a decent amount of action since we've known her.
Yeah,
Mona
I don't know.
needs to settle
for
down
them to
a
be
bit.
like,
it's not like naval base worthy, but she can calm down. And that is it. That is the end.
Now that's it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm like, he buried the lead.
So let's do ratings tonight first. How many AOOAs?
I give 7.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You thought more?
I don't know. I gave this one a 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I have low standards.
No, I think it's just like, I like the backstory that we get with Mona and Angela.
Yeah, I like that too.
The rest of the story is like, it's okay. It's funny in its moments, but it's
I
just
just like how enthusiastic Tony
ones.
was to
that is
get
really
it all to
sweet.
work, because he's all about family, and family's first and so important.
Right, yes.
I even think maybe they learn a lesson from him.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then that leads us to our next segment.
Yeah, of course.
Who's the boss around here? Me? Or my mother? Or maybe it's you!
Okay, who do you think the boss is?
Tony.
I
Hands
agree.
down.
Yep, I agree.
He ran the whole episode. He got them together. He got Mona to move into the garage. Mm-hmm. He got them to build the place together. He even organized the paisans to come and help
battalions,
build it.
battalions, Bergozis.
I call them the paisans. He orchestrated the whole entire thing.
Yeah, I agree.
If it wasn't for, hang on, I wrote my notes here. If it wasn't for him, Mona would be living 60 miles away in New London.
Yes, and he orchestrated the whole blasting of the music to get them both in the same place at the same time to finally make up. So I agree that Tony is definitely the boss. All right, so next time we're going to be starting on Angela's Ex Returns. It's a two-parter, but we're going to do it as one podcast episode. So we'll be covering...
That could be like a 42-minute.
We're going to be covering...
Maybe 50 minutes.
Part 1 and Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to watch one and then have to wait a whole week.
Yeah, right. A whole week, around 3 days.
Right. All right, so thank you, everyone. If you would like to reach out to us, you can at Who's the Boss Podcast on Instagram. Send us a direct message or just comment on any of the posts. Let us know what you'd like to hear, what we missed. Or you can go to anchor.fm/WTB podcast. There you can leave a voice message if you would like to that we can play. Do we have a song?
We do. This is Sullivan Fortner performing the Who's the Boss theme song on piano. And it's actually quite a nice version of it and a really interesting... I usually will Google search or search on YouTube for these cover versions of the song. And one of the comments on this particular YouTube video of Sullivan performing the song is Robert Kraft, who helped write the song.
Right,
and
right.
He actually... What's that?
I said, right, yeah.
Yeah. He actually wrote the song. And he wrote, dude, I wrote this song in 1983. I was asked to write a theme song for a TV pilot. And I composed this on my $99 Yamaha keyboard in a rented apartment in Hollywood. And I thought it was the lamest thing I'd ever written.
Aww.
Now I'm so proud of it. This is an awesome rendition, and it sounds so much better than I could ever imagine. Many thanks, Robert Kraft. So that's a pretty good little compliment to Sullivan to say that the person who wrote it says it's the best he's ever heard it.
Yeah.
So anyway, here it is. It's
Great.
Sullivan Fortner performing Who's the Boss on piano.
If you like this podcast, please subscribe and tell all your friends.
Hey, so I'm Sullivan Fortner. I think I'm going to play Who's the Boss theme song from a TV show from the 80s.